last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. The clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he does have a good leg, I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
Why we saw that field goal try a moment ago, I'll never understand. But as a result, this offense, they've got to be pumped. 1st and 10 in striking position already. Now Elliott. Oh, good move. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They come up in an offset eye.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
I'm coming after you. Hey. 47. Mike 50.
Prescott. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. So that one will be accepted.
Come on, fellas. Here we go. Blind 80. Check 55 to Mike. I got it.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Watch time, watch time. Tie it right, tie it right. We got three, fellas, we got three.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down.
Here we go. Watching your time. I got one.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
That's it, baby. We got 6 all day.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Forbath to add the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Cowboys 29. Cowboys nothing.
So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go. Slide in. Bring it, bring it. We're going to 54. Wide in. Top up. 26. Mike 55. Mike 56. Eat. 26. You.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Go. Here we go. Going to 54. Wide in. 22, Jet, cover. 22, Jet, cover.
And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Here we go. Wide in. Here we go, here we go. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. 4 down, 4 down. Check, check.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15.
Check 50. We're going to 53. Check 55 to Mike. 26.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
47.
Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Mike's by 4.
10th carry now for Elliott. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it? 5 by 5. Kill, kill, kill. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll run with Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. Now Prescott on fourth down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
There you go. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check, 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 check.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Kill, kill. Hey, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Extreme. Extreme. Come.
And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Here we go. Wide eight. Watch it, you grind. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Cowboys are able to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. And now with a play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down.
Mike, here we go. Go right in. Mike's by 4. Switch up, switch up.
And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Here we go. 55. Hey, eat. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
There we go. Slide 80. Watch the out. Watch the out. 26. Mike 55. Mike 55. 26. Let's get that ball here.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down. And do not ask me to explain what in the world happened there, folks. That's a safety in the strangest of ways, my word. So,
Don't even say it, partner. Don't even say it.
The name Wrong Way Marshall comes to mind.
You said it. You said it.
This might be worse than that, though. It is. This is worse than that. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
We play to win. Let's go. Here we go. Slide 8. Mike 54. Here we go. 46. 26.
Here's Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. 4th down, Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
A first down carry by Elliott. Had a nice move but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Under.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Here we go. Wide 80. Watch 55. Hey, I'm coming. I'm 47. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Here we go. 46. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Mike 55. Mike 55. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 32 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This will be taken very short.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Here we go. Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Let's go. Here we go. 53. Mike, 53.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on 1st down.
Tight left. Oh, no. 3 down. Oh, no. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide in.
And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football.
Here we go. Wide in. 55. Stop your whining.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll set them back 5. Delay of game penalty ships them back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Hey, It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Hey, kill! 47.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Now Forbath for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Cowboys 53. Cowboys nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Let's go! At their own 37-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
Let's go, baby.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on 1st down. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD, for Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right? These things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Defense wins championships, baby.
I think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that... It's going to bring up a 4th down. This would be one heck of a record if he makes this. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And this score will stay right where it is. 5 missed field goals, just a disastrous performance.
And he won't get another chance, I can't imagine. Partner, he may want to get the resume ready, too.
Yeah, maybe time to dust it off. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. And surprisingly, they take a knee. I have no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
54.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
He's scared. Hey, check right. Watch it, 5. He runs.
Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Here we go. Check 55, Mike. All day, baby, all day.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Kill. What do you think?
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Go, get out there, get out there.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Bandit.
Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Push him back. What do you think?